we did put together something called an AI Jumpstart. And basically, it's a quick way to research your industry or what you're doing and figure out what how AI could specifically disrupt or be incorporated into that platform. This process is, again, it's called AI Jumpstart. It's a pretty simple thing where you just run through and you basically define what your product is, and then you look at competitors. You do research on your competitors. You do a SWOT analysis on all your competitors and yourself. So basically, you're working for your
Mhm.
competitors for a minute, and then also for your
Mhm.
own. And then within all that information, you identify where AI opportunities are. So we comprehensively look at everything that AI could disrupt, and we figure out what that is, and then we put together
Mhm.
an AI recommendation. So essentially, it's a landscape analysis with a very specific AI lens to it. And
Mhm.
as simple as this is, what's really incredible about it, and what Jauntboard is doing, and we're going to release, probably here in the next 30 days, is
Mhm.
this is actually a really unique jaunt board that it actually can build itself. It's called autopilot. So basically, it can go through and put together these documents for you. What actually is happening here is this is loading what you're going after. So, and in-depth research of figuring out market trends and figure out where AI can assist you, and then it's loading in these milestones one at a time, with this being kind of the prompt engine, and then actually building and exporting that specific deliverable. So let me go
Mhm.
into one real quick and kind of show
Mhm.
you. Okay, so here's one that we did for Impact.
Mhm.
Where you can go in and you can actually see, here's the competitor set. And
Mhm.
so to reframe this again, AI was able to do
Mhm.
this entirely on its own. And we can kind of unwind and figure out, there's so many more applications, but this is just the way
Mhm.
Jump is currently using it. But it puts together this
Mhm.
document. Literally no human hands have touched it. But it goes through and figures out, understands what the product is, defines the competitor set, builds those out, and then kind of figures out what the criteria it's going to use to actually research it. And what we're doing that's a little
Mhm.
unique too is we're also bringing in citations. So throughout this entire process, we're learning and figuring out from different sources, so we can cite all those here. This is a really specific and kind of a new way to use AI because it exposes where the
Mhm.
information is coming from, and it's also
Mhm.
truncating it into micro processes. Where maybe
Mhm.
before, where you'd ask it like, "Hey, how can AI, affect the finance industry?" It's going to sort of have to do a bunch of computations and it might get lost along the way. We're actually breaking that idea into micro steps that AI can go through one at a time and then reference when it moves on to the next one. So then we take that defined competitor set and it goes through and it does competitor research. So you're going to see here, these are the same competitors I've found before, and it researches and kind of figures out what exactly they're good at, what they're doing right now, what their customer base is and online presence is, as well as the entire citation, and then it moves on and it does a SWOT analysis on each one of those as well. So you can see
Yeah,
we're
and it,
actually
Mhm.
I was going to jump in. I was going to say too, and sorry if you're about to say this, but what's cool is like this is just what AI is doing. But at any point, if a human wants to
right,
come in and say, "Hey, actually, AI missed this, and this is
right.
really important," right?
Mhm.
You can make that change, and then it will learn and apply that to everything else that follows. So, like true collaboration between the human magic and
Yeah.
the speed and efficiency of AI.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly what Nicole's saying. So I can go back. This is that first document, the competitor that it put together. And if we're like, you know what, I want to add in here, Copilot, right?
Mhm.
I can actually just add it in here and then move back into my jump board and then
Mhm.
resume or rebuild these deliverables. And again, it ingests everything from previous steps and moves it forward. And the reason I like to call it autopilot is because it's very much like, the way Tesla talks about autopilot, which basically it's going to drive for you until it hits an obstacle that it does not know how to overcome, right? And
Mhm.
in our case, basically what AI is doing is it's looking for three opportunities. One where AI can do the milestone completely on its own. One where
Mhm.
AI can assist you, but it can't actually do the milestone. So a good example of that is like a kickoff or a brief, meeting with the client, or an interview
Mhm.
process or something. It can't actually obviously
Mhm.
go and interview the person. But what it does is it
Mhm.
assesses what that is, and then it creates for you some sort of material that'll aid in that interview or whatever. So it'll give you like an interview outline or something. So it looks for things that it can do completely on its own, which is what you're seeing here. It looks for opportunities where maybe it can't do it, but it'll assist you, and then it stops whenever it's things that it cannot possibly do. Like film and direct all the scenes in your movie, and so
Mhm.
it waits for you to input. So at that point, let's say
Mhm.
one of those that you'd go in and hit add
Mhm.
deliverable. You'll actually upload whatever that deliverable is that it couldn't do, and then when it's done, when you've apped it, you're going to resume autopilot, and it'll take all the information you uploaded before and then keep working through the process for you.